what we have. We are making decisions on how long or what you're saying. It doesn't matter. You are allowed to say whatever you want. But please understand, because of the public meeting, our board policy is you have 3 minutes. If you want to talk about it some other time, that would be it. But right now, you're going to be 3 minutes, and we're going to have to stop you, or we're going to, when it sounds, you're going to have to make your closing comment. So please understand it, because that's our rule. So first of all, we're going to have Carol Albright, if you would like to come up.
And this is in regards to the school problem that the high school had a couple weeks ago. My name's Carol Albright, and my husband and I moved to Brunswick and built a house in 1971. So we've been here for 50 years. Our children attended public school, elementary, middle school, and high school. They graduated from Brunswick High School. They went on, graduated from college. We are homeowners and taxpayers. By this district, we have a right to demand excellent, and accountability to our school district. It doesn't matter how long we have lived here or how old we are and how many children we had in the district, or if we even didn't have any children in the district. What matters is that our tax support to this school district is important. And some people don't realize that we still pay taxes, and our voices should matter in this situation instead of just our money. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gregory Davis.
I'm sorry, I don't have a comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, okay. Timothy Garrity.
I brought my own stopwatch this time.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. Start. All right, my name is Timothy Garrity. I have a wife and 2 grown children. I live in Brunswick. I'm not affiliated with any religious group. I taught high school for 35 years. I was careful to obey the Supreme Court ruling preventing proselytization of my views in the classroom. I believe that pushing the sexual viewpoint of the lesbian, bisexual, gay, queer, transsexual plus on our youth is wrong and a form of indoctrination and proselytization. The Supreme Court ruling School District of Abington Township, Pennsylvania versus Shemp, 1963, made it clear the court considered whether Pennsylvania law and policy of the Abington School District requiring the public school students to participate in classroom exercises involving daily Bible verse reading violated the religious freedom of students under the First and 14th Amendment. In an 8-1 decision, the court found that it was unconstitutional. That's proselytization. Proselytization in the public classroom is unconstitutional. The answer, there are some who would emphasize this curriculum in the classroom. And those would also fund these programs. That is the LGBTQ plus curriculum. The answer is those who would do this, a few that wish to transform our community into an accepting and tolerant one, but one that has an intolerance for any views that are based on Christianity, involve all segments of society in decision-making, absolutely. Let a few that wish to force their minority views into the malleable minds of children like a second grader. No. David R. Carlin, Jr. is a politician, professor of sociology and philosophy, and an author. In his essay entitled, "On Not Being Thrown to the Lions," states, quote, "Just as communism and Nazism were non-theistic religions," those ideologies, "so LGBTQism has become something of a non-theistic religion, providing meaning and purpose to the lives of many Americans. What's more, it is a missionary religion. It seeks converts, just as Christianity and Islam seek converts." It's very insidious what's going on in the school here. And I think people need to stand up. There's a link to his essay. I have it on my paperwork here, Mr. Nowak.
Okay.
And Superintendent Niemeyer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I will share this with the rest of the
God
board.
bless you.
forgot my time.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry, the next one is Christina, and I don't, is it?
Cook, yes,
Good.
cook.
Got it.
Good stuff.
I got it. Christina Good.
I am here because I intend on running for a candidate for the school board.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say a few things that I also disagree with, the pushing this stuff that's gonna disappear 20 years down the road. I think we should be teaching reading, writing, arithmetic. We should do cursive writing. My girlfriend's a teacher. She said this couple little girls, they lost their parents. They came to school. They said they had found this box of notebooks. They didn't know what they were. They brought them to school. All it was all the mothers and the parents' information that they had read. The kids couldn't even read it. And I think that's horrible, that they can't even read their own parents' records. Probably had medical stuff and all sorts of things in there. Then I find out if you can't sign your name, you can't even sign a contract. I mean, we have got to get our kids up on par for not just printing everything. These things, they have to be knowledgeable. And I hear about all this racist stuff. That's nonsense. When I grew up very poor. I went to the library, they're open to anybody, and I sit here and I listen to all these excuses. That's why I'm here, because I gotta run for the board. It is awful what is happening, and we're following all this stuff that doesn't mean anything, things that'll downsize them. Kids go to school, they want to learn things, they want to be proud of their accomplishments. They don't want to follow a regulation that doesn't mean anything. To be told that because of the color of their skin, there's someone, they need to have their noses in the books, they need to read stories, they need to learn how to think, they need to do different types of mathematics. And I've been watching this. Actually, I graduated in 1969. And in my freshman year, I said, when am I going to learn about the government? Oh, you'll learn American government, you'll learn the world government, different things like that. But you know what? I really learned about the government when I got out into the world volunteering. And when you volunteer, you learn so much more than you do by just reading stuff, what's going on. So I'm going to kind of keep it, because I could go on, and I don't want to waste everybody's time. But anyhow, if I get all my signatures, I'll be running for the board, and I will be pushing for the basics and get rid of all this other stuff that down the road things will change, and just like fashion.
Thank you very much, Ms. Good. Gail Arrow.
I have some papers I would like to hand out. Would you like me to hand them out to you before I speak or after?
Whenever you feel most comfortable to do it, whatever, it's up to you.
Well, maybe I'll feel more comfortable doing it now.
Okay.
This is for me. This is what I will be saying. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, take your time.
You get old and your fingers are dry. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hopefully nobody has to share.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Oops. I think I might be one shy.
We can share it.
Okay, well, we can make a copy.
Because I need one.
That's okay.
Oh, look. There you go.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Then, I apologize, everybody. Okay. One for you. One for you. One for you. There's only one more after this. I just thought I'd warn you. Thank you. One more coming after this. And the last one here is very long. It is a letter I wrote to Mr. Niedermeyer, and I thought you may have seen it, but I thought I would give you all a copy. And Mr. Niedermeyer, I just want to say to you that I know you just got here. Everything I say, everything I'm not happy with, I know none of this was on your watch. So I'm very well aware of all that. And thank you for your indulgence
Okay.
and allowing me to pass all of that out. And I really hope you will look at all of those materials because they are well worth the time. Okay, my name is Gail Arrow. I have been here before, speaking. Brunswick City School District is indoctrinating our children with 3 destructive belief systems that will have long-lasting, pernicious consequences on its students and our future society. These are critical race theory, social emotional learning, and comprehensive sexuality education. CRT, which is the abbreviation for critical race theory, has come in via the curriculum regarding equity and diversity, 2 benign-sounding words that bring with them a pantheon of Marxist ideology and programming. CRT is divisive, and teaching it violates numerous laws, including the violation of the First Amendment and discrimination laws. The NEA just adopted CRT this month and plans to promulgate CRT theory and, quote, educate members, unquote, of the NEA on the tools and resources needed to defend and teach CRT. Brunswick teachers are members of the BEA, which is under the NEA. Please note that their CRT plans include a critique of cis-heteropatriarchy. Look it up, I did. CRT isn't just about race, it's also about the LGBTQ agenda. Here are what students had to say when I talked with them. These are students at Brunswick High School. LGBTQ plus flags are flown throughout the school, including in classrooms all year long, not just during Gay Straight Alliance Week. Yet there is a dearth of American flags to be found. LGBTQ plus flags include the ubiquitous rainbow flag and also specific LGBTQ plus identities. One student showed me a photograph of an asexual flag. Who knew? Instruction time has been shortened in the classroom while teachers use the time to discuss political and other ideological topics. At the middle school, teachers have had CNN running while students were attempting to do schoolwork. Students complained of having the LGBTQ plus agenda shoved down our throats all day long, every day. That is a direct quote. During one class, the teacher asked the students to share their coming out stories, and several did just that. This is during the academic day. Teachers regularly make comments that imply that, quote, if we don't go along with it, meaning the gay agenda, we are not right in the head or we're terrible people. An emphasis is placed on bullying and other harassing acts on the LGBTQ plus students, while other cases are treated less seriously. LGBTQ plus students, emboldened by the GSA group and other pro-LGBTQ plus faculty, ostracize and harass the kids who have differing viewpoints. One student said, I feel like when something happens in school, I can't trust anyone. I'm almost done, please indulge me. When I spoke to Superintendent Niedermeyer about the Gay Straight Alliance group at the high school, he indicated that he wanted the club to be able to share what they're about and feel good about their group. Please take a look at what it means to share from GSA, which is, I handed out to you. Lastly, the district must stop using the acronym GSA. Many parents and other stakeholders do not know what this means or what it entails. Please keep in mind your strategic plan goal of clear and open communication to the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to go over my time.
Dakota Sawyer.
Well, thank you for allowing me to speak. I live in Brunswick. I go to Brunswick schools. Senior this year. And I just want to thank you for allowing public testimony. I know there's some state boards that currently don't allow public testimony before a board that concerns someone like myself as a student here at Brunswick. I have a couple questions that I posed to the board that I know I can't get a response at this moment, but I'd like to pose them as well. Last year in September, as school was starting, my mother had received a phone call from one of the teachers at Brunswick schools saying that they were calling all minority students' parents to see if they needed extra help. I went to school the next day and asked some of my white friends if they had received the same phone call. I was told no. I wondered why Brunswick City School District would allow to call one race of minority students and not call the rest of them to see if they needed academic help. I firmly believe that the school district should promote academic achievement for all, not just for some. For people that need help should receive help, and people that don't need help, well, if they seek help, they should get it. I believe that we should have academic achievement in this school district, and I have yet to see it as, that phone call last year and throughout my tenure at Brunswick. I'm new to here at Brunswick. My parents graduated here. I moved here last year. But coming from a small school district of about 500 in the entire school district to a school district of about 2,000 students in the high school, it's been a big change. But I'd like to see academic achievement for all students, regardless of race. We have seen that critical race theory be promoted by the State Board of Education, and that is possibly going to end up in local school districts. And I asked the school district if that's going to happen in their curriculum because we have seen where we're saying that minority students are oppressed and white students are privileged. It's not the case. It's never been the case. I have 5 biological brothers who are all biracial. None of them who were ever felt oppressed. None of them have ever been disparaged by their race. I feel more oppressed by my views than I do as well as my race. I believe that the school district should promote academic achievement for all, not just for some. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And finally, Lovetta, is it Tommen? Lovetta?
I just like to voice my opinion. I am opposed to critical race theory. It is promoted as being against racism, when in fact, it is just the opposite. It looks only at the color of your skin and not the content of your character. It tells black children that they're oppressed. If you tell someone that often enough, they begin to believe it. Then they tell white children to believe they're bad because they're the oppressor. This further divides us instead of uniting us. Equity is one of the key words. You may think this means equality. Well, it doesn't. It means that no matter how hard you strive for excellence, you all have the same outcome. It's like giving both teams a trophy just because they participated. Instead, they should be taught that we are all blessed with different gifts, and that you might not excel in one thing doesn't mean you won't excel in something else. But you're not doing a child any favors by rewarding him for not trying his best. This goes hand in hand with the sexualizing of kids K through 12. The school's focus should be on academics, period. Homosexuality is being promoted as a natural alternative lifestyle. We are now being asked not only to tolerate this as acceptable, but to actually advocate it. The public schools have no business teaching sex ed to grade school students whose brains are so malleable and not mature enough for this knowledge, can do more harm than good. This should be left to the parents' guidance, not done at school behind the parents' back. I fear normalizing pedophilia is next on the agenda. Common Core is a joke. My grandson learned his math facts and how to carry the one during COVID. That is something he should have learned in school. And I'd also like to know why teachers push putting children on drugs. Adderall and Ritalin are not downers, they are amphetamines, which was banned as an appetite suppressant because it caused heart attacks. When a teacher tells a parent to take their child to a doctor, they are overstepping their bounds.
Thank you very much. That's it for public comment. We will now move to the